was 850,000, more than 850,000 was the largest crowd at Thunder, and Google tells me that that was 2007 for those who are wondering. Okay. Maybe you were a part of that crowd sitting at home watching.
Look, here we have it. This is the C-130. Am I right, Sean? Moving into the airbox?
That is. Finally, after a long wait, here it is. It's finally here.
Okay, we want to do a quick salute to our heroes, I do believe. We'll put up a QR code, too, because this salute to heroes is to get a veteran on the Honor Flight Bluegrass. There's a QR code. You can use your phone to put that, and you can donate to help send a hero on Honor Flight Bluegrass. We'll talk about more about in just a second, but let's get to the C-130 since it's up in the show box. And Sean, this is your guy. You flew this thing for many, many years. I
did. And what we're going to see today, before the 3 ship of C-130s come through as a formation, is they're going to do what's called a HALO, high altitude, low opening jump. Members of the 123rd Special Tactics Squadron are going to be parachuting out. They're going to free fall for several thousand feet, then deploy their parachutes and land into the water. So if people are wondering, the reason you do a high altitude, low opening insertion is it allows the aircraft to stay above the weapon engagement zone of enemy forces on the ground, and these guys can, under the cover of darkness, infiltrate into a denied or hostile area and then regroup on the ground and go do their mission. The Army has Delta, the Navy has SEALs, the Air Force has Special Tacticians. Half of them are combat controllers, the other half are pararescuemen. These are elite warriors capable to operate in the jungle, the Arctic, the desert. Very skilled. Not only can they parachute, they can scuba dive, they can operate a range of vehicles. These are not the type of men you trifle with, let's put it that way.
Right. And so we're getting some of the specs on the C-130. And now when they jump, is it always out of a C-130?
No, these guys are capable to jump from any number of platforms. Usually they are fixed wing, meaning airplanes. They can also parachute out of certain helicopters. They sometimes do low level. If they want to get just in and out close to the ground, they can jump with a static line. So when they leave the aircraft, it punches them out. But usually the C-130 is their entry vehicle of choice.
Okay, we want to go over to Joel Skipper because as I understand it, Joel is just standing by with some F-16 pilots who just flew above us here in Thunder.
Yeah, these 4 guys kicked off the show less than an hour ago. You definitely heard them as they went soaring over the Ohio River. Real quick, I want to run down the line. Your name, where you're from, and your title.
Captain Todd Kopic, I'm from Maumee, Ohio. Captain Joshua Utter from Toledo, Ohio.
Drew Hobber from New Albany.
Major Travis Dancer from Toledo, Ohio.
Goose, Maverick, Iceman, Hollywood. Okay, so you guys really kicked off the show. I gotta ask, what is that like? You guys are going 2,300 miles per hour?
We're probably going about 700 miles per hour.
700 this show, okay.
That's, yeah, at times, but it's an excitement, it's a rush. We're happy to do it, happy to be here.
And someone who's from New Albany, what is it like flying in your hometown show? Goosebumps, huh?
You know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've always grew up watching the planes, so that's kind of why I got into it. To be able to put the show on for everybody else, it's pretty cool, pretty special.
Well, congratulations, you guys. Thanks you for serving, and now they're going to go and enjoy the festivities. What a fantastic way to kick off Thunder 2024. We'll send it back to Gil and Lindsay.
All right, Joel, thank you very much. The C-130 is in the airbox, and at the desk with us, former C-130 pilot, retired Lieutenant Colonel from the Air National Guard, Sean Dolly. And Sean, earlier you let us know that this year in Thunder that the C-130 will be doing something it never has before.
That's right. And as much as I have teased that, so help me, if my source, Josh Ketterer, does not deliver, there will be heck to pay. I have written a pretty big check. I expect him to cash it.
Well, we know it's going to be great no matter what. So tell us about your years in flying it. What makes something flying this size different than flying like an F-16? Compare the two for us.
You know, when you're actually in the air, because you're not close to the ground, speed and size is a very relative term. You don't necessarily feel that you're going fast. You don't feel that the plane behind you is big, because sitting in the cockpit, you're looking out.
Here's the jump.
And,
there's the halo jump.
There they go. So these gentlemen, they jump out of the back of the C-130. They free fall. They quickly reach what is called terminal velocity. So they accelerate to about 120, 130 miles per hour. And when they determine it's the right altitude, they deploy their chute. And having just one time, sky dove myself, there is no doubt when that parachute opens up and you come not to a screeching halt, but you slow down real fast.
So when I was reading up on these high altitude, low opening dives, I found out that they jump from about 12,000 feet and basically free fall to about 2,500 feet.
Yeah,
that's terrifying to a civilian here.
Understandable. They can also go up. We've done them as high as 25,000 feet, and so you're talking about sometimes free falling for 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Wow.
Now, in the air show today, they're not going to those altitudes, but you can imagine jumping out of something and hurtling towards Earth for several minutes, but sometimes it feels like it goes by pretty quick.
And we're seeing the boats with the smoke on the water. Is that basically, is that like a target? Like, hey, this is where we're trying to get to? Or?
Yes, it is both marking the objective area and it is giving them a visual real-time indication of what is called the mean effective wind. Because when you're coming down on a parachute, you want to know which way the wind is coming from, and based on how far over that smoke is laid, it gives you a rough indication of the speed. And that way you can make sure that on that last 300, 400 feet, you're lined up exactly where you want to be.
We don't want you to miss any of the action, but we got to pay the bills for a little bit. So we are going to go picture-in-picture on WDRB Thunder over Louisville.